Father, start with my town. Let your light rise again. Save my town, Lord, save my street. Let your mercy move these feet. Every home, every sound. Your spirit turning hearts around.
Save my region, heal our pain. Wash this land with holy rain. Break the towers built on greed. Raise up hearts the people need.
When the righteous rule, the people rejoice. But when the corrupt lead, the people groan.
Father, we choose rejoicing. Oh, Father, put the righteous in power. Oh, let your light fall this town. Oh, from the valley to the top. Oh, we declare your reign of power. Oh, Father, put the righteous in power. In power, let your glory flood this hour. From the valley to the tower, we declare your reign of power. From the valleys to the skyline, we rise again. Hand in hand, we build this land, women and men. For our daughters, for our sons, for our home and pride. Let peace be our armor, and hope be our guide.
Security brings the courage to dream. Accountability keeps our nation clean. Local hearts, local hands, we grow strong. Training the future, we all belong.
Advance South Africa, advance. Together we stand, together we dance. We're one tribe,
one chance.
For prosperity and unity, advance.
Advance, advance South Africa, advance.
Hope in our hearts, courage in our stance.
Advance.
From Cape to Limpopo, from Karoo to the sand, we'll build what we desire.
Advance,
advance,
advance.
Sister free, every daughter's dream protected by we. When our homes are strong, investors come near. A nation in harmony, there's nothing to fear. We are the
salt of this land, S-A-L-T.
We are the
salt of this land, S-A-L-T.
Security,
salt of this land.
Accountability,
salt of this land.
Locality,
salt of this
training. We rise together, every color, every creed, for a nation that gives, not a nation of need. Advance South Africa, see me sonke, it's our dance. For prosperity and unity, our chance. For prosperity and unity, our chance. Prosperity and unity, advance. Whoa, whoa.
Sime sanke.
Do you actually fix a broken town? And I'm not talking about small tweaks here and there, but a complete radical overhaul. Today, we're going to dive into a pretty bold blueprint that proposes to do exactly that.
It's a massive question, right? And it's really at the heart of what we're looking at today. We're going to explore a very specific plan that was designed for one town that's grappling with this exact problem.
Okay, so let's get into it. The place we're talking about is the Ngwathi municipality in South Africa. And to really get why the proposed solution is so ambitious, you first have to understand just how deep the crisis there runs.
When you look at this timeline, you start to see a pretty clear pattern. This isn't just a one-off mistake, it's a long history of serious financial trouble. You've got millions in wasteful spending, and these qualified audit opinions year after year, which is basically a huge red flag from auditors saying the books are not okay. Then you pile on serious fraud charges involving top officials. Well, you've got the perfect recipe for a total collapse in public trust. And look, this isn't just about spreadsheets and accounting. All that mismanagement has a very real human cost. We're talking about an unemployment rate around 30% and a staggering 60% of households living in poverty. Those are devastating numbers. Then you add rising crime into the mix, and you've got a community that is just under enormous pressure.
So, with all of that as the backdrop, a new plan was proposed. It's called the SALT framework, and it's this really ambitious attempt to fix all of these problems, not just one by one, but all at the same time. So, where does this plan come from? It's the brainchild of a municipal political party called the Southern African Advance, or TSAA for short. This is their vision for how you could systematically rebuild a place like Ngwathe, literally from the ground up.
The whole thing is built around this acronym, SALT. It stands for Safety, Accountability, Local Economy, and Training and Transformation. And the core idea here is that you can't just fix one thing. They argue that all these pieces are interconnected, and they have to work together to create a real cycle of recovery. So here's a quick look at the game plan for each pillar. It kicks off with a massive focus on safety, then moves to what they call total financial transparency. Then it's about boosting the local economy, and finally, investing in the town's youth. Let's dig into that first one. The white paper makes one thing absolutely clear. Safety is the foundation. It's not negotiable. They argue that without it, nothing else can happen. No investment, no growth, and definitely no trust. And this quote, wow, it just says it all, doesn't it? It's such an uncompromising benchmark. The goal isn't just to lower crime, it's to create an environment where everyone feels completely and totally safe. So how in the world do they plan to do that? Well, it's an aggressive strategy. A huge chunk of the budget, 40%, would go straight to safety. That money would fund everything from trained local reservists to high-tech gear like drones and advanced lighting, and even an app for real-time incident reporting. And critically, they want each neighborhood to help design its own security plan. Okay, on to the second pillar. This one goes right after that history of financial chaos we saw earlier. And, their proposed solution here is just as radical as their safety plan. This is the promise, right here. Total transparency. No more waiting for some confusing audit report a year later. The idea is to make the town's finances a completely open book that any citizen can look at anytime they want.
And the key tool to make this happen is a public transparency app. I mean, just imagine this. You pull out your phone and you can see every single dollar of tax money coming in and every single contract being paid out. You could see exactly who got the money and what it was for. It's designed to be a tamper-proof public ledger open to absolutely everyone. You wouldn't even need a login. So what's the big idea here? It's really about shifting the power. By making every single transaction visible, the plan aims to make corruption almost impossible. It's about turning every citizen into a watchdog and rebuilding that broken trust through just radical openness. All right, so once you have that foundation of safety and accountability, the framework then pivots to kickstarting the economy, and it focuses on two key areas: where the money is spent and who gets a chance to work.
The third pillar is all about the local economy. The plan mandates that a whopping 80% of all the money the city spends on everything from fixing roads to buying pens has to go to businesses located right there in town. The goal is simple. Make sure public money stays in the community to support local jobs instead of just leaving.
And the fourth pillar, training, sets this incredibly ambitious target. They want to create 5,000 paid internships every single year. The idea is to give every single young person leaving school a direct path into the workforce, helping them build real skills and tackling that huge youth unemployment problem head on. So you can see how these last two pillars are really designed to feed each other. You force the city to buy local, which creates demand for local businesses. And at the same time, the internship program makes sure those businesses have a steady supply of skilled young talent ready to go. So what's the ultimate end game here? What does all this add up to? Well, the white paper argues that these four pillars don't just solve separate problems, they're actually designed to create a powerful, self-reinforcing cycle. This is really the core theory of the entire framework. It's a kind of domino effect. They believe that when a town is safe and you can trust its finances, it suddenly becomes a really attractive place for new businesses to invest and for people to move to. And that new investment just fuels the local economy even more, creating what they call a prosperity cycle. And this slide, wow, it really just puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? On one side, you have the reality of Ngwathe today: crime, murky finances, a struggling economy. And on the other, you have the future envisioned by the SALT framework. The difference is just night and day. It paints a picture of a total transformation. And that vision has a name: Prosperity in Unity. This isn't just some nice-sounding slogan either. The plan actually puts a number on it.
They claim this framework could unlock over 1 billion rand in new economic value for the town in just 5 years. Which, of course, brings us all the way back to that big question we started with. Is this a blueprint that any struggling town could just pick up and use? Or is this a unique vision, one that's really tied to a specific place, a specific time, and the specific beliefs of the people who created it? That's the thought I'll leave you with.
Alrighty. Okay, so while we wait for some of our folks to join us, I want to talk about the prosperity loop today. And what having a heavy focus on security and having a blockchain focused accountability system means. And I'm going to talk about my own humanity as an example, because intention does not mean that people are not going to be corrupt. There's a nugget that I learned many years ago, and that nugget is that incompetence is indistinguishable from sabotage. That's a great nugget. Incompetence is indistinguishable from sabotage. So people can mean well. And certainly in my past, I'm 51 years old now, but I've been in the NGO and ministry world since I was like 16, always in forms of leadership, always working with money. And 99% of the time I meant well, but I just didn't have the presence of mind often, or the skill, or the competence. I often didn't have the ability really to funnel funds properly. I had the intention, and the funds always went to go and do what I thought was the right thing. But you can get flustered and overwhelmed with needs and sorry, I'm just going to mute you temporarily, Roy. Some background noise is quite exuberant. So like, I meant well 99% of the time. And I think a lot of people in municipalities mean well, but you get overwhelmed. There's a lot of things happening, So let's say at a push, 40% are really evil, malevolent, thieving scumbags. 60% of righteous people is still a lot. However, if you don't have systems that cater for lack of education, lack of competence, I don't consider myself a dumb guy, but I also get overwhelmed. So that's why I'm such a big proponent of a trustless system where you don't have to trust the human being. You put a system in place that is automated, because you get something called the Integrated Development Plan, IDP, and that thing has already got these stipulated funding activities. Like, you get a budget, like get more than R1 billion in Guate from the government to do the things that are in that IDP, and it's there already. So you need to have systems, everything, your procurement systems, your payment systems, all of it needs to just be automated. The accountability systems can be automated because this stuff is planned out like years in advance. So the next thing is to make sure that everything goes where it's supposed to go, and the best way to do that is on a blockchain system. So now when people hear blockchain, they immediately have a bit of heart failure because they think of the these MTI and all the things we all got scammed with and stuff. They think Bitcoin, but blockchain is actually just a way of recording information. And what we like about it is when something is on a blockchain, not the blockchain, a blockchain. You understand? That's a blockchain is a word. It's not a place. So a blockchain is the difference between something being centralized and decentralized. So centralized, so you've got a blockchain ledger system. So we're going to have the Ngwate open ledger system. So when it's centralized, you have the stuff that's happening at the moment. It's on one computer often, or it's written down in a ledger, or, like a paper ledger of some sort, and you can change numbers, lose things. It can lost in the piles of paper. There's receipts coming in and out. The person can either be incompetent or just get overwhelmed. There's so many things that can go on. They can be corrupt. They organize entire strikes so that someone can come in and steal the computers or burn everything. Then if you think, oh, well, what about the backup systems at provincial level from municipal? Bruh. Go to the provincial buildings. Most of them look like, like they're 200 years old. The place smells like cheap polish. There's cracks everywhere, moss and stuff on the walls. We need a complete revamp of that entire system. So the best way to do it is, instead of having this centralized system where you're dependent on, so a ledger is money comes in, money goes out. You can see it in a ledger, things that you own and things that you owe. So in fancy terms, income, expenses, assets, liabilities. So you can see just about everything. This is the stuff coming in, it's the stuff going out, the stuff that we own, it's the stuff that we owe, and all of that is there in this ledger. Now, when it's centralized, it's easy to make mistakes. It's easy to lose it. It's easy to be corrupt. But when it's decentralized, what happens is, instead of it just being at the municipality and just being at provincial level, it's on the entire region's phones. Everybody has that ledger on their phone. They see all of the changes in real time. They see every cent coming in, every cent going out. We call it the Ngwate open ledger system, and I'll actually share a little example of what it'll look like in a moment. But for this to activate a prosperity cycle, which I'm going to say hello to Roy in a moment, and he's also going to share some stuff on the prosperity cycle. For us to have a proper prosperity cycle, it starts with everybody feeling safe that their levies are going where they're supposed to go, that their taxes are going where they're supposed to go. You've got to work on that quite aggressively to get a trustless system where you don't have to trust a human being, because the automation is there and you can see all the transactions happening. And again, I'm not, we are not here attacking. We don't want to sit here and talk about, this party's corrupt, that party's corrupt. Humanity is corrupt. Human beings are corrupt. It doesn't matter if we have the liberation ANC or the economic freedom fighters fighting economic freedom, or the DA's brilliant administration. There's still humans involved. What needs to happen is it needs to become trustless. It's 2026. I don't know why we aren't completely blockchained across the board. It's just lack of vision, lack of imagination, and just too much faith in random people. We assume that the person with the loudest voice and the biggest microphone and the ability to convey their thoughts the most convincingly is somehow going to be financially responsible as well. That's nonsense. It's a pipe dream. Someone being, I'm very well spoken, but I got my wife doing my finances because she's highly detailed. She doesn't like being on camera and stuff. You put me in charge of the finances, I'm like a drunk man in Vegas, man. I just hand out money to anybody who needs it because I'm an altruist. I'm empathetic. I say yes too much. So in business, I have Rob handling the money, my partner with the game development side of things. Like any financial decision he makes, the NGO has been handed to people who are financially disciplined. My wife handles our house finances and the Operation Safe Place finances in relation to the game. You know, like I understand that being well spoken and being creative, being able to formulate words, doesn't automatically make me good with money. So that is why personally I am so passionate about a trustless system that is automated, that utilizes the latest technologies, which is these blockchain system where everybody sees every cent going in and everybody sees every cent going out. So now we don't have to hope that we're going to get the right people in place. Another thing that I'll just add here is, often you got someone with my personality, right? So let's say I run for office, which I'm not. That's not really my focus. I'm more of a vision strategist. I'm really focused on the ministry side of things, but my heart and soul is with the Southern African Advanced Team. I'm really locked into this vision with the guys. But let's say someone with my personality takes power and then feels insulted or offended by someone who's disciplined with money. Then I'm not saying I do that, but people do that. They get an ego and then they fire that person because they feel personally attacked when they're being asked to be accountable. So I don't know, Roy, you've seen that there? Like you just ask someone, where's the slip? And then the person's angry because you asked for the slip. You know, now that happened to me. Like, you know, I'm so creative. I worked at a job once and all they wanted me to do was sign a register when I came in for work. And I felt so insulted by being asked to sign a register because I was like, dude, I'm here from 7 in the morning until 10 at night. Why do you want me to sign a register? There's nobody here when I leave, and stupid, as a youngster, it was offensive to me. And I just didn't want to be signing registers. I didn't want to feel like I'm an employee, because I just wanted to be able to solve problems at my speed. I wanted to feel like I owned my responsibilities. And that's how complex individual personalities are. If you don't have trustless automated systems, you're going to run into this wall of egos, cultural offenses. Africa is a very complex place as well. I mean, every place on earth is complex, but yeah, in Africa, it's complex for a woman to hold a man accountable. Women are notoriously brilliant at the administrative side. I'm not saying all women, I'm not generalizing, I'm just saying statistically women are really good at the admin. Now, a woman asks a testosterone pumping dude whose culture, whether he's African or Afrikaans, he doesn't want some woman coming to him now. Who does she think she is, talking to me like that? And all she did was, where's the slips, Yanni? Tipo, where's the slips? Gervis, where's the slips? Then it's not a racial thing, it's just an accountability thing. And because the system is not trustless, suddenly that poor woman is in trouble, with these men. They're very offended. So that affects the prosperity cycle, because now you start to get competent people either don't want to be in those office environments, or you lose the visionaries who actually have an imagination for those regions, because creative people don't like to be held accountable. That's not an indictment, it's just a statement. So for us to produce prosperity, we have to understand that there are psychometric complexities. Psychometrics are just the different personality types, and it's complex. So you need automated systems, and in 2026 we have those things, and it should be our highest priority to get these things in place. Before I talk about the cycle of prosperity, I think, Roy, do you want to weigh in on this little side branch that I took here about how complex it is to actually produce accountability with humans?
Yeah, humans are creatures of habit, and it's difficult to get them to change, the ways that they are comfortable with. At some stage, we have to all agree with ourselves that, and Hanku says this, we cannot continue doing the same old thing, expecting different results. At some stage, we have to say, what is the technology that is at hand? How can it assist us to make and run a town and a municipality like Ngwati more effectively, more efficiently, so that there's no chance of hiding money or any distortion, any corruption whatsoever take place. That the work that needs to be done is monitored and checked and paid accordingly. That there's no chance whatsoever for any dealings on the side and money being placed in tenders for you and where's my KFC, where's my cool drink. No, these things are the easiest to monitor and to rectify. We cannot continue with the system as it is. That's why we are in the situation that we find ourselves in. So we need to use technology, and we need to make the general public comfortable enough that they have sufficient trust in it that says, yes, we can see the benefits of it. We can, all of our fears have been alleviated and addressed, and we can see the benefits in it. That's the only way we're going to sell this to the public, and that they have enough confidence and say, I stand for it. It's the only way. We must stop this barrel leaking water. We must put a plug in that hole, and that is it.
100%. 100%. I had some trigger thought while you were speaking about how many times, like, running the NGO, like just trying to get a slip out of somebody, trying to get someone to look after something, to keep a car clean, to, if that stuff is automated, that was triggered by your Coke and a Kentucky and a piece of chicken. Like, if that stuff is automated, in other words, we have taken into account stuff like that, because that's what automated systems do. It books in car cleaning time. It books in Coke and chicken for lunch on Thursdays or whatever. It books, it plans out the things. The public can see exactly what's going on. They can see every cent coming in, every cent going out. They can see how much is spent on entertainment. They can see how much is spent on security. They can see how much is spent on local training, all these kind of things. Sorry, 1 second. So yeah, I think let's move on to like the cycle of prosperity, in achieving these things, starting with security. So Roy, in your thought, if our goal is for the median income to go up, so if our goal is for everybody, whether they're on a township, in a palace, on a farm, for everybody in Ngwati, for their median, for the average income to go up, so the gross domestic product, the gross domestic services, like to get all of this to go up, how do you see the SALT system in its cyclic form producing this?
Okay, so for the mean income of a society like Parys or Ngwati to increase, something needs to change. If we carry on the way we carry on, that is what it's going to be. And it's slowly but surely deteriorating. It's not increasing. If we want to increase it, then something else needs to be done. So There needs to be external influences that contribute towards investment, people starting businesses in Ngwati, bringing in products. Tourists need to come in and spend their money. So something else need to work before that can start. And the first place that it's going to start is with safety and security. And hand in hand with safety and security is law and order. They follow each other one after the other. So as soon as safety and security is a done thing, it is already established in the community. There are gated communities. There's movement can be tracked. Who goes in, who goes out, and there's a sense of the general community that lives safer. They feel more comfortable in their surroundings. They feel more comfortable going outside. They wouldn't hesitate for a second to take their family hand in hand and walk down the street and go and walk next to the river in the evening. So that is the first seed that needs to be planted, and that will sprout, and eventually in its shade there will be opportunity for companies to come and invest and build their factories here and build their businesses here, and the tourists will follow. And as soon as the tourist starts, there's a magnitude of business possibilities that go open to cater for tourists. Parys doesn't really have to manufacture a single thing. Just the tourism can sustain a magnitude of size of Parys to Mahole combined. And we could export this to neighboring towns. They could benefit from the same wave that we are riding. They could benefit from it. When there's a major supermarket opening here, or a major business opening here, the chances are that eventually it will move to a neighboring town as well. So we need to foster that environment that makes it comfortable for people to say, I have all this money that I want to spend. I want to go and spend it at Ngwati municipality, because there I know that I will get, first of all, a return on my investment, because the people will come there when tourism increases, but also that my investment will be safe. The building, my assets, my people that are working for me will be safe when they go and work there. This is vital. The blockchain, the accountability side that we just spoke about is priceless. If you think about what a relief that would be, that there's no more corruption, not only no more corruption, but there's no chance of it taking place, because that system will not allow it to take place. That it is absolutely foolproof. And you, as a member of the public, have the ability to go and look at it every day of your life, every second when you want to, and make a comment. There's a contract that was issued to fix potholes. I've driven there past 50 times in the last week, and there's nothing being done. And take some photographs, you can load it up there, people can comment on it. That is how we cross-reference the accountability thing. That's how people get involved and are able to have a say in what happens in their town. For the first time ever, it will happen. Normally, meetings had to be called, and you sit there and you wait for the guest of honor to arrive, and they're 5 hours late. This happens on time every day. You, as a member of the public, can comment on this at any time you wish, and it will be cross-referenced and checked, and that is how, with the safety and security and law and order thing, we're going to grab this unlawful spending by its throat and throttle it. That's the only way we're going to kill it. Now, we can talk about Um, the local economy, of course, local economy is going to benefit from all of these things that we discussed up to now, and they are going to thrive in this. And local spending will increase, and so the local businesses will start doing other things that they would have otherwise never have thought of expanding in, because the groundwork has already been laid, and the atmosphere is easy for them to start businesses. Now, all of these four pillars of ours can stand individually by its own, but the four together is a unit that cannot be broken. The four together is exactly what this town needs. And I'm absolutely amazed that up to now we have carried on relentlessly, almost doggedly. Yes, if only we can get service delivery done. If only we can get water into Ngwati. If only we can get the electricity sorted out. Yeah, these things are important, but that's not the be all and end all. And all the money that's been spent on it's like a bottomless pit that nobody seems to be able to find the bottom of. And these things need to be sorted out by knowledgeable people, and the chance of money being siphoned off and corruption taking place must be killed immediately. No chance of that happening ever again. These contracts, these projects must start and they must finish, and there must be a project manager that will be held account. If this is the time that he said he's going to be finished, there's going to be penalty clauses if he goes over it. I've lived in Parys for the last 15 years, and the water purification plant has never worked for one day at optimal production rate. There's always something going on. There's always a little thing here that needs to be done. There's a contractor, and now this contractor has been fired because he hasn't complied with this, and so we have to pay him, and another contractor has to come in. All of these things, we could kill all these little bugs that are killing the vine, that is killing this town from prosperity and really thriving to its best of its ability. If these four principles are introduced and vigorously controlled, and with enthusiasm being driven, then, man, I can see a bright future for this town of ours. Absolutely, I have no doubt about it.
Very, very good. That was very good. I'm glad you're so passionate about this, man. You know, I find that hey, Kat and Tavara. Now, I find often that people are excited about elements, but they don't quite see the potential or the long-term upside of a solid strategy. You know, simplistic strategy like this that anybody can understand. Where this is a circular prosperity strategy. You're voting something incredible into power, and I can't wait until, you know, we've got a bit of the resources to get this strategy into every single household, you know, until we're going live, and there's a couple of hundred folks from Parys joining us every single day, you know, from Fredefort, you know, from Tumahole, from is Koppie still a part of the mix? Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Edenville.
In Edenville, yeah. So having, you know, where we start to get more and more people. This is our first week of going live every day. Today we're live on my personal profiles on Facebook, on Twitter, and on YouTube, and it's looking good. There's more and more views happening every day, which is really cool. But the thing here is for you to keep watching and learning so that you can have these conversations with people around you. Because, vote for the ANC, they will give you liberation. Vote for the DA, they'll be good administrators. Changes nothing, man. Nothing. It changes nothing. We need a goal to bring real money into the region. We need to be ambitious. We need to be driven by vision. We have to be driven by compassion. And we need to have legitimate strategies. But anyway, with that thought, I think that's enough for today, man. I feel like we've covered some nice stuff. I feel like we'd be diluting. So, it was very good, Roy. That was great. I encourage everybody to go back and listen to everything Roy said there. Again, that's one of the best speeches I've heard about the impact of what we're building. And I'm speaking to international investors already who are saying that if we get this rolling, if they see this, they'll pump like dollars, like hundreds of millions of US dollars into the region, because this is the stuff they look for, and that's life-changing stuff for a region. But anyway, thank you very, very much, Roy. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. This has been the Daily Advance with the Southern African Advance. We're not really, I guess we're becoming political. We weren't, but we are now. Appreciate you all. Good job, Roy. Thank you very much. You got a final thought before we roll?
Yeah, I encourage people from Ngwati and from our community to participate in this forum. This is how we're going to discuss things. This is how we're going to answer your questions. This is how your doubts and your fears are going to be addressed. It's right here. So please, I encourage as many people as possible between 1 and 2 every day of the week, Monday to Saturday, to join us here and to listen, but also to contribute.
Awesome. Fantastic. See you all tomorrow. Happy Saturday. Bye.
Arrivederci.
Let's go.
Father, start with my town. Let your light rise again. Save my town, Lord, save my street. Let your mercy move these feet. Every home, every sound. Your spirit turning hearts around.
Father, put the righteous in
the tower, we declare your reign of power.